Welcome to Art Fun with Mrs. Lombardo. Today we're going to learn how to draw 3 big wild cats. We're going to have a roaring good time. Let's get started. Don't forget to pause if you need more time. We are going to draw 3 big cats on this paper. So you want to make your paper wide, horizontal, and we are going to make a lion, a tiger, and a leopard today. So let's start in the middle. We're going to draw a circle. You can start by practicing with your finger if you like. I'd suggest that you draw with a pencil or a crayon to get started. I'm going to use a marker so you can see it a little better. Starting right here in the middle of my paper, I'm going to make a circle. This is going to be our lion. In the middle of the circle, make a little letter V. This is going to be his nose. Put a top on it. Then from the corner of this little triangle we just made, we're going to go straight up to the top. Do that on both sides. And there is our lion's nose. Now let's make his cheeks right here. By this triangle, we're going to make a small circle on both sides. And we're going to put the little dots. That's where his whiskers would come out of. This lion is going to be taking a little bit of a nap, so I'm going to make a letter U so it looks like his eyes are closed. I'm going to double the line to make it a little darker. Now, since he's sleepy, I think he needs to be yawning. So right here, below his nose, we're going to put a little line and then draw a line from his cheek down to the bottom of his mouth on both sides. Now it looks like his mouth is open. Let's draw his teeth in there. There is my lion's mouth with 4 big sharp teeth. You can give your lion some whiskers. 2 or 3 on each side should be good. Now let's make his ears. You don't want to put the ears directly on top of his head. You want to come off to the side just a little bit and make 2 curvy lines that look like upside down letter U's. I'm going to put another one inside. That's the inside of his ear. And now let's make his body. So here's his neck. And his neck is going to go all the way down to the bottom of the page to make his body. Here we go. Curvy line down to the bottom. Curvy line down to the bottom. And in the middle of his chest here, he has a big furry spot. So I'm going to make a zigzag line right there in the middle to show the furry spot on his chest. Now, this lion could just stay like this, but I want mine to be the king of all lions, so he needs a mane around his head. So I could practice it with my finger. I don't want to make it too big because I have other cats that are going to go on each side. So I need to come around his head. So I'm going to start right here above the top of his ears and make a curvy line. And then I'm going to continue it down to his body. So here, starting at that side and around. And on this side, down and around. Okay. And I want to make dividing lines that show the mane with the hair coming up all the way around. Think about kind of like a sun has rays coming out of it all the way around. So I'm going to divide up his mane into sections. And then I'm going to do one more ring around the edge. Now you can make it straight like I'm doing, or you can make it a zigzag line. Depends on what kind of mane you want around your lion's head. I want mine to be kind of neat and smooth. Okay, there's my lion with a big mane around his head. Now let's draw a tiger on this side of the lion. So I have all of this space here. I can practice with my finger. I want to put a nice big circle in this space here. And I want it to fill up my space. All the way beside the lion, I have a big circle. And I've got him pretty close. That's good. All right, so let's give him a nose in the middle by making a letter V, just like we did before. Put a top on it. This time, instead of going straight up like we did with this one, I want you to curve it out just a little bit, up and out. See how it went out a little bit? Up and curve out a little bit. That rounds his face a little there. Let's give him 2 eyes. 1, 2. Make them about the same size. And let's make his mouth down and curl. Down and curl. There we go. Let's give him a little mouth here. Draw some dots. There we go. And he needs ears. So right here off to the side a little bit. Loops. Another loop with a little loop inside. And let's make his neck. And just like before, his body needs to come off the paper. So down on each side. There we go. This time, instead of a zigzag belly, we're going to make just a curvy line, an upside down letter U. And there we have our tiger, except what are we missing from this tiger? It's really important. Or his stripes. So the stripes are going to be a letter V, just a pointy V shape all the way around. So I did 2 there. Let's do a couple on his cheek. Just making a pointy little V shapes, kind of triangular. Maybe one here on each side. And let's do some down here on his side, to both sides. Give him some stripes. So there is our tiger along with our big king of the jungle lion. The last one we're going to do is a leopard. The leopard is going to be on this side, and we need to make a nice big circle to fill in this space. There we go. Big as I could make it in that space. And let's give him a nose, the letter V, with a line on top. I'm going to make his mouth come down all the way to the bottom of the face. He has a big mouth. 2 eyes. I like to put them off to the side. And 2 ears. Each side. Each side needs an upside down letter U with the little one inside. Double that ear up. And we need to make his body come off the paper. So here I'm going to come down and off the paper. And move over a little bit where his neck would be and come down off the paper. Let's give him his belly here. just a curvy line. And I think this one, I want his tail to show. I have plenty of room here. So let's make a nice long tail and back down. There's his tail. And this is going to be a leopard. So let's give him some whiskers. And leopards have lots and lots of spots. So you need to draw as many spots as you can on your leopard. Let's make his nose go up. Draw some more spots all over. He even has spots on his ears. Spots on his body. Some of them, you only see half of the spot. Some of them you see the whole spot. Maybe some are little spots. Some are big spots. Just fill your leopard with as many spots as you can. Don't forget the tail. Let's see, is there room for any more spots? A few more. Can't have too many. There we go. And that is our tiger, our lion, the king, and a leopard full of spots. Now for the fun part. And that is coloring in our big cats. So I'm going to start with the tiger. As you can guess, I'm going to be using orange and black for the tiger and a little pink for his nose and his ears. If you want to have a lot of fun and be really creative, you could make a purple tiger or a blue and pink tiger. Do whatever you like. This is your picture. But I'm going to make mine a little bit more realistic and use the real colors. I like to trace and outline my piece. It really helps the colors stand out. You can color with crayons if you want. You can do the whole thing with markers too. Here we go. I'm going to do all the orange parts first. So I'm going to color in all the orange sections. My tiger is going to have a white belly. His orange ears. There he is. He's all outlined in orange. Here's his pink for his nose and the inside of his ear. And I'm going to color with the crayon now. I like to outline with marker and then color with crayon. You can do the whole thing with marker if you want. Take your time, color it in neatly. You don't want any white spots. You notice I'm going around the tiger stripes that are going to be black. Leave those empty for now. Don't forget his ears and his neck. Remember, I'm going to leave the belly white. There we go. There's my tiger getting all colored in. Now, if you want to be really fancy, you can use a red orange like this one here and make his nose just a little bit darker than the rest of his body on his face. Make it just a little darker. It'll stand out. You can make it a little darker under his neck and on the side of his face here a little bit. just going to make him look a little more rounded. There we go. Now for the black, I'm going to fill in the stripes. Be very careful because you don't want the black to smudge. You want to stay in the lines. If you need to, turn your paper so you can reach it better. Every now and then stop and take a look and see, did I miss a spot? Is there something else that I need to color in a little bit more? Make sure those stripes stay pointy. I'm going to outline his belly here a little bit. There is my tiger. And the last thing I'm going to do is take some yellow and put just a little bit of yellow on his face right here where his cheeks are. A little bit around his eyes. That yellow is going to make the orange really pop nicely and stand out. There you go. There is our first big cat colored in all the way, our orange and black tiger. Next, I'm going to color in the lion. I'm going to use yellow, black, and brown for the markers, and then yellows and oranges and a little bit of brown for the crayons. First, I'm going to take my marker and color in the nose, make it nice and dark black here. And the inside of the mouth, don't color the teeth. You want those to stay nice and white, nice and pointed. Those are some sharp teeth there. Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just a little bit of pink inside the ears. Now I'm going to outline the lion with a yellow because this is going to be a golden lion. Fur is golden yellow. So I'm outlining it all yellow with the marker around his belly and his back. Do some yellow around the mane here. Yellow around the face. There's golden colors on the face. There we go. His little cheeks here and his ears. All right. It's our lovely golden yellow lion. Now for some brown. I'm going to do some brown stripes around the mane. Just drawing nice thick lines all the way around. I'm going to draw some here on his belly too. Go over that a little bit just so it stands out. Okay. And now let's get our crayons out and color this lion in. I'm going to use a yellow first to color his face. His nose. Stay in the lines. If you get out of the lines a little bit, it's okay, but you really want to try and stay in the lines as much as possible. And don't leave very many white spaces. Color it carefully. Don't forget the ears. Now the neck. I'm going to leave this guy's belly white for now. All the yellow colored in. There we go. Now I have a peach or an apricot color. I'm gonna go over his nose, make his nose just a little bit darker than his face. Same with his cheeks. Gonna go right over that yellow. This is just helping it all blend. And it's just barely noticeable. You can see it there, just enough. And I'm gonna go over his belly here a little bit. I want some of the white to show, and then some of the peach right over the top of it there. I'm gonna take my orange. I'm gonna color some of the stripes orange on his mane. You can make a pattern, or you can just color them randomly, different shades of orange as you go around. I'm going to use some red orange as well. It's a little darker than the last orange I used. You don't have to do every space, just do most of them. If you like making a pattern, go ahead and keep doing a pattern. You could make a rainbow mane if you wanted to. I'm going to do some of them brown. Here we go, almost done. Looks nice on his belly. I'm just going to do a little bit of brown in the middle, kind of a zigzag down the middle to give him a shadow there. Okay. You could draw little lines around the yellow edge if you like. You can even take the yellow and go over everything a little bit to help blend it all together, cover up any white spots you have. And that's pretty much all you need to do for this sleepy lion. There you go. Now we have one last big cat to color. Now let's color this leopard. First, I'm going to use a black marker. I'm going to just color in his nose. It's a nice shiny black triangle shaped nose here. And I'm going to color in the inside of his ears. Instead of pink, I'm making it black this time. There we go. And I'm going to use a brown to outline my leopard. Very carefully. This leopard is different shades of brown. Don't forget his tail and his belly. There we go. His nose and his mouth. Don't forget his little chin. There we go. And you can start coloring in all of his spots. It's easiest to do with a marker. Just make sure you don't lay your hand on top of the wet spots or they'll smudge. You have to let them dry a little bit. Now that all the spots are finished, we can go back with the brown and very lightly color in our leopard's fur. take the peach color. Just gonna color his face a little bit around his cheeks on both sides. This just helps blend in that brown. There you have 3 wild big cats, a tiger, a lion, and a leopard. Thanks for visiting Art Fun with Mrs. Lombardo. Remember to do a little bit of art every day and share what you've learned with someone you love.